Chapter 12. Waking Up. Blue's Point of View. It takes me an embarrassing amount of time to realize that I'm awake. I'm unused to the natural process of waking slowly or peacefully. If the duties I am given do not require a shrill alarm well before dawn that throws me from my blessedly unconscious state, my relatively peaceful sleeping hours are broken up when my current master decides that his lazy pet has gotten more than he deserves. I shudder, remembering what was done when I had kept him up with my coughing. I had never wished for thicker closet doors more in my life. He wouldn't have heard me if the doors had been just a little thicker. I'm too used to being awakened in the midst of a dick shoved down my throat or up my ass to even recognize the soft surroundings as anything more than a dream. I have had this dream before, though nothing this clear, where I had served my master to the best of my abilities for the night, and instead of being roughly thrown off the bed directly after, they'd be so pleased with me that they'd let me stay in their bed. Not the whole night, I know the rules, but just an hour or so, cradled in the softness of their bed that I was so unworthy of. I dreamed that maybe I'd done so well that in a moment of blind bliss my master would allow me something to rest my aching hips on, that they would hold me after the act, and if not hold me, then at least tolerate my body next to theirs for warmth. But this is not a dream. I feel my aches. There's no one next to me, and I'm scared. This is not a memory of sheets tinted by violation. This is real. I'm in a bed, tucked snugly under a blanket. I'm panicking. There are pillows around and above me, under my head and in my arms. A thick, warm, good blanket covering my body, keeping out the cold. Too good and high quality to be cast-offs. Smelling too strongly of my new master for that to even be a possibility. And my new master nowhere to be seen. Surely he must have put me here. He must have wanted me on the bed. Moving would disobey his orders. But I don't remember being ordered to be here. I don't remember a command to stay. What if I was supposed to get up? What if Master is already up, and furiously mad with me for sleeping in? I can't think of a reason for him to tuck me under the covers, and he certainly wouldn't appreciate me on his pillows, clinging to one like a child. Had I moved in my sleep? Did Master leave me in a specific position? Did he give me any orders for when he returned? My head aches, along with every other part of my body. Bandages pull tight across my skin as I try to sit upright, and I'm reminded that this master was so exceptionally kind to me the night before, despite all my failings. I don't want to disappoint this master. I want to stay in his good graces, enjoying every strange privilege that he'll allow me for as long as I can. So I need to keep deluding this man into thinking that I am good. It will not last long. I am bad, and that won't be fixed overnight, no matter how much I wish that it could be. I only hope that I haven't already fucked up. He seems bizarrely willing to put up with my failings, and I can't help but have my suspicions. Is this all a test? It makes the most logical sense. He must want to test whether or not his new pet is up to his standards. He's a mage, so he might need other things than some of my other masters. Very few of my masters have been actual mages, though many have been magic-capable. I start racking my brain, trying to remember rules and specifications that my other magic-capable master had required. But I fall short. Like you do in most things, my brain unhelpfully reminds me. They hadn't really needed anything different from me. Then again, I wasn't one of their main casters. I was a toy bought for the novelty, for their amusement. There were other, stronger familiars that got to leave the house. They were the ones who probably had to memorize different rules. They were good. I, on the other hand, was not good or strong. I barely remember anything other than being used as a toy, occasionally being used to try out a new channeling spell. I feel goosebumps all over my skin rise as I try not to think of the blinding, ripping agony as I realized exactly why familiars only last as long as they do. Magic is consuming and painful, and I'm already too weak. I don't want to think about how that won't matter to Master. How he will use me regardless of my physical state, just like the others. It it makes it all the more important that I stay on his good side. My hand hits something that makes a loud crinkling sound under it. It's not soft like the bed, but it does not hurt like I've broken something. My addled brain recognizes it a half-second later as parchment. I bring the piece of paper to my face. Black ink scribbles and symbols I recognize as writing litter the page, but the message seems short. I wonder if it is instructions. I furrow my brow at the paper, smoothing it in my hands and staring over the curves and edges of the lettering again, willing it to make sense. I can't read. None of my fellow pets were ever taught. I do remember one familiar that had known how to read, but she made us promise never to tell anyone. Now I wish I had begged her to teach me her forbidden talent. There is no way that I can interpret whatever message Master has left for me. I'm left to my own devices. What would Master require of me in the morning? There's no way that Master could have meant for me to stay in his bed. It is not an acceptable place for me. I should have removed myself long ago. Not a second too soon, I land dully on my knees, pain zinging up my legs from the impact, as the door opens. I nearly jump as my master comes in, smiling and seemingly energized. He's been up for a while. I just hope he doesn't think I'm being lazy. He's in a good mood, and I want to keep him that way. "Hey there, Blue. I'm glad you're awake." His voice is the same as I remember, kind and soft, but strong, not a hint of malice. "Good morning, Master." He continues to smile warmly as he glances toward the covered windows of the room. "Not quite morning anymore, but I appreciate the sentiment." My stomach churns uncomfortably. Just how late did I sleep in? Is Master hiding his anger, willing to give me a chance to grovel before proceeding? "I'm sorry, Master. I did not mean to sleep in. Please punish me as you see fit." My fingers dig into carpet and my ears tilt fully downwards. Fear and submission. Please let it be enough. I don't remember a time when my duties ever let me sleep in past my master. Even then, I don't remember feeling safe enough to do so anyway. It must have been the bone-deep exhaustion paired with my wounds that let me sleep so soundly. Ignoring the multitude of rules I was breaking. "Oh, come now, Blue. I didn't mean anything by it. I'm not going to punish you for that." His voice is softer now, projecting honesty when I know in the core of my being that he is lying through his teeth. Or rather, maybe not. He won't punish me for this infraction. That I believe. He has plenty to catch up on first before he can get down to punishing this. He's good at prioritizing. I nod slowly, the silence seemingly requiring some acknowledgement. My ears press so firmly against my hair, I swear I can feel them digging into my skull, fighting with my instinct to protest. "I just came up here to see if you would be okay to join me for breakfast." "Of course, Master. I can see to my duties."